You will never do change to either or. You physically would have to change it. But then from the morning, so when you come in the morning, you press number 2, the machine fills, and then throughout the whole day, you would never ever need to touch that display again. Once it's ready and you've gone to a dead still light, obviously, as I've just said, once you've put your dirty plates, cups, whatever you're going to put through it, once you've cleaned them all off with the overhead spray and you've slid it into the machine as like so, you shut the lid down, and to get it to start the cycle, which it won't start at the moment because it's still filling, what you can do is with other machines, what will happen is as soon as you shut that lid down, the machine will start washing straight away. That's not what that's doing now, by the way, that's just, it's filling the machine. But with machines you may have used in the past, as soon as you do that, the cycle of the machine will start. This one won't. Because sometimes, because you've got all this steam and heat inside the machine, which you can see, you may want to put the basket in there but not start the cycle straight away. So you can shut the lid down, keeps all that heat inside the machine, so you're not losing any of the heat, but it won't start it until you're ready. Now the way you start the machine in a cycle is 2 ways. One, you can either keep pressing that button there, which can be quite annoying. 2 is you shut the lid down, when you want to start, you just push the lid handle down like that. Okay? So shut the lid down, push the handle down, it will start the wash. Wash, pause, rinse, and then that's it. Lift the lid up and off you go again. Any questions?
If you need to open it part way through the case, it sounds like it's will it stop?
What I would say is if you shut the lid down and you start the wash cycle and you hear it all clanging around, what you've just said is that exactly right. What I would do is just press that button there. Give it a couple of seconds, lift the lid up. The mistake people do make is when they lift the lid up and they get a face full of red hot water. Not good. So if you start a cycle and you hear something's come loose, it's all clanging around, just press that button there, just give it a couple of seconds, lift the lid up and pick your spoon up, whatever's fell down. Okay? Any other questions? If, for instance, you think the wash results aren't as good as what you want them to be, so say, 6 months' time you think this isn't washing very well, what the things to look out for is the display. So one, it'll either say an error, but if it's not quite an error, because what will happen is the machine is very clever and it will tell you everything you need to know, but so this wash tank temperature here should be roughly 55 degrees. Okay, between 55 and 65, and this here is going to be around about 80 to 85 degrees. If you think to yourselves, this isn't washing very well, or my end result when I take the plates out and the cups, it's not doing very well, if you look at this temperature here or that one's on say 30 degrees, then there's something wrong with the machine. The machine should come up with an error, but if you notice that these are quite low as what they used to be, that's going to be a problem. It's telling the machine isn't washing at the heat it should be, it's not rinsing at the heat it should be, and for that reason you're getting poor results.
So what's a normal wash and rinse temperature on it?
Wash is between 55-65, and the rinse is between 75 and 85. It'll probably rinse 9 times out of 10 about 81, 82. But like I say, you will get, if there's ever an element go in the machine or anything like that, it will say ERR and then a number. That's obviously the one you're looking for. Hopefully it will never happen and everything will be all singing, all dancing, and we're all happy. But
you know that's an error code then?
That is an error code, as opposed to info. Sometimes when you lift the lid, not while it's filling, but when it's ready, if you lift it, it will say info 121, which is just telling you your door's up. Okay? Did you want to go over to that machine and have a look, or are you okay with the under counter?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just while I go here at the end of the night as well. There's some stuff in there. That won't need emptying at the end of the night, the same as the ones over there.
You just need emptying?
Yeah, so one of them full of like debris. Yeah. Just bin it, and the oil, or grease or whatever. The same with that one. There'll be a wheel of it and drops onto there. That just for the yeah. Okay. But it says that they need them in every night, so we have it as standard procedure sort of thing.
Well, this one at least you can see it, can't you?
Do you have to like wash the trays out, Matt, when you've emptied them?
Sorry?
Just put back in?
Just rinse them out, yeah. I think it doesn't make that much difference, but your debris one you may as well rinse out.
Again, this thing here is a module which is basically what it is. It's as opposed to being a softener. With a softener, when you take knives and forks out, and if you was to put any glasses in here, you will get the kind of spotting on the glasses and the knives and the forks, the cutlery. And what happens is you'll take the cutlery out and you'll be polishing them, trying to get them nice and clean. This one here it's reverse osmosis, so it's 98% pure water. So it goes through that filter down there first, goes through these modules. There's like 6 or 7 modules in here, membrane, sorry, and then it goes from there into the machine. So by the time the water goes to the machine, it's pretty much pure water. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what it is. You don't never touch that, like I say. The only people who ever have anything to do with that is Meiko. Yeah. And with CNC, what will happen is it's already been, our engineer's been commissioned the machine. We know it's been commissioned, what date it was commissioned. So in 6 months' time, an engineer will turn up here. He will replace the filter, flush the membranes through, and then you're off again for another 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't have to action that.
You don't do all the end users yourselves would have to worry about with this machine is obviously the daily operation of it. When you drain it down, lift it up, lid up, give it a nice wipe round, put all the clean all the filters out, put the wash arms and everything back in, leave the lid up, and then the next morning when someone comes in, it's simple as shut the lid down, press number 2. Once it's not flashing anymore and it's on permanently, like that one is over there, that's it. You're ready to go for the whole day.
Can I just ask a question about the glassware?
Yeah.
How quickly does it dry when it comes out?
Well, it will dry. It should be dry within about a minute, minute and a half.
And you shouldn't need to polish them because of the reverse osmosis.
No, correct. So the
Come out, they've been rinsed.
So this module here at the bottom, that is
That's on that side.
yes, that is what that is. So what happens with the rinse tank temperature on this machine and the chemical rinse aid, when you take those glasses out of there, so when you take this out, what happens is within the rinse aid temperature and the rinse aid chemical, when this basket comes out within the open atmosphere, within a minute, minute and a half, these glasses should be dry and spot free. Again, this is the same internally as that machine. You've got top and bottom wash arms, rinse arms. So the cleaning process for this one is the same as the one for that one over there.
Can you explain about dosing with the detergent and rinse aid on that one? It's different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's underneath that drawer, isn't it?
So I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. Every angle.
Okay, so on this machine, if you want to come a bit closer, you've got a rinse aid pot and a detergent pot in the front here. So these will need topping up by yourselves as opposed to the machine over there.
Which is which?
Detergent, it tells you there, look.
Oh, it's on there.
Detergent, rinse aid. And rinse aid's always blue, detergent's always clear. So you would have to physically get a bottle, put rinse aid in this one, detergent in this one, and just keep your eye on it really. Because a question that I'm going to get asked in a minute is how often do you have to put those in? Now that's obviously as much as you use the machine is as much as you're going to need to do it. You will always need to put more detergent in than you will rinse aid, because every time it does a wash or it fills, via this here it will be dosing through into the machine.
And that's liquid, isn't it?
It is. As opposed to the rinse aid just squirts a tiny bit into the boiler every wash, but like this tiny little bit, whereas the detergent's a lot more. Okay? Is everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
So you see how that one's on permanent? You guys will find out yourselves what's the best. With the glasses, you may have on a number 1 because you may need to get the glasses done quick.
And that just gets drained and cleaned the same.
It does. What happens is with this machine and that one, once it's full, you've got a top layer in the wash tank. Every time it does a wash, the top layer is siphoned away, so you get like a greasy film on the top. That top layer of water is always siphoned away down the drain, and you get fresh water from the rinse tank. Okay?
Leave that open at night when we go.
If you can.
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave it like that because someone may walk into it, but yeah, something like that. I know it's not a massive gap, but it's still letting air go in there. It's the same as that. I mean, if you open that door now and you feel the heat, it's red hot. If you then shut that door and left it like that, it's just going to grow bacteria.
So what's the wash and rinse temperatures on this? Is it the same as the dishwasher, or is it a bit lower?
Slightly lower,
Yeah.
because obviously if you rinse at 85 degrees you'll crack the glasses. This one here is between 65 75 to rinse, as opposed to that one's 75 to 85. So it's about a 10 degree difference. Alright. And again, you don't need to do anything with, as opposed to water treatment, softener, salt. It's got a rinse aid geo module, which our engineers will come out and do things that, So in other words, the end user hasn't got to worry about it, touch it, or be responsible for it.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
Okay, good, yeah.
everybody happy?
Yeah. Thanks very much.
No problem.
Thank you.